What is singular reasoning, and why should anybody even care? Hi, my name is Frederick Jordan. I am the creator of a system of analyzing the world around us from a singular viewpoint. I have created a mathematics system to apply logic to this action of reasoning, and I pit its value against how the majority of problem solving occurs today in humanity. Why this is of value? Because when the exercise of singular reasoning is performed, things from time, motion, gravity, love, life, death, afterlife, they all have a new view that's presented to the person who's performing the exercise. The exercises are logical, they have numerical value, and can be explained with simple experiments anyone could do around their home in simple observations. My goal here is to try to teach the art of reasoning. As I have moved through my life so far, I've seen a lack of it, in the best way I can put it, in a lot of the ways that we problem solve, through the sciences, through theologies, through interpersonal interactions, to even everyday problems from domestic violence to bullying. The real problems are never really resolved. We just pit each other into polar conflicts and we argue points that are irrelevant to the actual subject matter. Singular reasoning resolves all these problem-solving issues. It has a scope that is universal. It is capable of being applied to any subject matter. And it really exposes polar reasoning, good and bad value systems, even down to the theologies of heaven and hell, for their flaws in their ideologies and also in their reasoning. It exploits and exposes the flaws in scientific discovery, where we just look at one specific object at a time, thinking that we're looking at the whole subject matter as we look at that one object. An example of this that I use in my thesis paper, entitled Singular Reasoning, is the object of gravity. Gravity is always examined for what it is because it can be observed. We can observe something falling and dropping, so we think one singular function is happening, but gravity is never acting alone. It is always bound to, and impacted by the energy of an expansion or a force. Without a balance of force, there is ultimate gravity and everything collapses down upon itself. So for every wave of gravitational energy that comes off of an object of mass, and this is contracting inward on the object, there is also a wave of force pushing against gravity, holding it in check. Studying gravity for itself does not expose the true nature of what we're looking at. Singular reasoning takes what is force and what is gravity and studies them as one object. I can place the observer on a zero position on any object, take apart the object, exposing its polar sibling, and then giving true value to what we're actually looking at, and then an actual, in my opinion, a true representation of what we're trying to examine. This, as I said, has wide-ranging scope. It changes our understanding of how time functions, to how human virtue executes itself, to basic interactions, from how we dress to how we consume food, to anything that impacts the person in their day. Singular reasoning on its own is difficult to understand. If you speak to anyone who works in the sciences, understanding a singularity in that definition is a mind-numbing experience. I feel, and my work will show, that it is only mind-numbing because it is how we train our minds to understand a subject matter and take it apart that it is difficult to understand. Going through a simple step process that the fictional book that I have written shows, it helps the person understand how to process information in singular values. We'll speak more about the fictional book, its intentions, and why it has in the short future. You can find my free to download thesis paper on singular reasoning at singular.com. Thank you everybody for watching so far. Stay tuned and we will jump into the first subject matter applying to singular reasoning. Thank you.